KCP well earned that last win.
Yeah, KCP holding it down, and now they're going to be fighting up against Unfazed in this best of on these screens right now. But ultimately, KCP Unfazed, Jerry.
Yeah, and I want to call you out on something. This isn't necessarily an unprecedented...
Overall, Jerry and Artie, take the floor.
Thank you so much, Soyo. Jerry, I'm looking...
He deserves twice the thanks, so that makes sense.
He does. Okay, this is a FAMAS. This is... Jerry, can I say the word? Can I say my word? This is unprecedented.
Genuinely
a FAMAS.
Is. We haven't seen normalized...
357. 357
take anything... Yeah, I mean, Timo's loves his hit scan, but his burst fire, you know, he's back on the days of the pike. We saw him play it a lot. We saw him play, you know, repeater, crossbow, whatever it might be, normalized as well, not a stranger to the crossbow. But that dynamic's going to make a lot of difference. The burst fire from normalized up against the more consistent damage from T-Mills.
That FAMAS, yeah. I feel like with the FAMAS, it is also to just sort of deal that last bit of damage that Varian or Slothy can't hit. Remember the 9-3R with that damage fall off being as drastic as it is now, it does still give a lot of moments where you just get 1 HP on the enemy and you just got to finish it off. The FAMAS is still a very good option to finish that. And so I feel like that's what T-Mill's approach is here, is just to be able to deal that last set of damage, but be able to enter the fight with that heal beam ready to go on Slothy.
We've got double winches as well. I feel like that works more in favor of the revolver, but here we go.
Juker diving down, but he gets caught up by a goo grenade, but big damage!
Huge RPG, and surely it's just a matter of time now. Unfazed picking off the kills, as Fractor survived that rush with death as well, so Slothy is not long for this world. Wow. I've never seen a more impactful RPG in my life, Artie. That was huge coming out from Juker.
Sneeze and you miss it. That's it. I mean, the fight just fell through so quickly, and off the back of just a really good bit of opening damage. And so for KCP, they definitely got to go back to the drawing board. I said it was going to come down to that very first fight to figure out who is going to have a slight better read on everything. But it seemed that Unfazed didn't even need to read that necessarily. They just got into a good position. I mean, I thought the Juker might have not been able to recover off the goo grenade that just almost stalled him from getting into that hallway, but he crossed that gap quickly. Now KCP, they're up at the top on metal. They're able to get there incredibly quickly, but unfortunately, that is going to be more of a detriment than anything else, given the fact that Unfazed, well, they've still got quite a bit of distance that they're able to play off of with their weapons. Notice that Normalize is on a very long angle off to the sideline. KCP, they're trying to just get a beat on where that extra angle is. That's why you see Varian not dropping down necessarily with Slothy. He's waiting to find that last remaining player. Unfazed, they are going to have to dive onto this here. It's Juker that leads the charge there with the winch. Unfortunately, it's not going to do much for him. Varian finds the extra damage. Normalized goes down to just 1 HP. He's out of the fight. Aztrack tries to get involved. He's good for 1, but that's it. KCP has more than enough time to steal. First box goes down to the wire, Jerry, but it's KCP.
Yeah, Kansas City Pioneers timing that to perfection, and you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. So far, I feel as though, Ardy, our predictions on 3 versus 3s have been bang on as a team. You know, it's easier to predict 3v3s, less chaos. You can look a little bit more on paper and try and work it out. Cash out, I've been terrible at predicting today. I'll hold my hands up in that regard. But right here, this is it playing out as expected. I was ready to talk about how Unfazed may be ready to deliver the first sort of real upset of the day. But KCP just locked in on that final few seconds. So they get the tap on this second vault. And Unfazed are in a decent position here, though. They hold the hotel, the Tool Alpha Active building. It gives you a lot of control over this portion of the map. And KCP are kind of squirming. They will have gateway setups, but look at where the objectives are already. This is why Unfazed are in this position.
Oh yeah, and Juker, he just gets a little bit antsy. He seems a little bit phased by the lack of motion from KCP. And, well, KCP, they're steadfast in this hold. But it looks like as they try to climb up to this top, They get spotted out. It's just normalized, chunking out some damage with that R357. But the Revo's not going to do much more than just, well, give KCP a second to understand what this fight looks like. And now they know where the angle is coming from with Aztract. They're able to dedicate a little bit of resource to finding Aztract on the angle. But they also could just go straight forward into a 3v2 on the box. That's going to allow them to take out Juker early on. Unfazed did not respect the vault fight, and KCP were able to draw out every bit of, well, I guess just advantage that they could find.
And again, are still going the way of Kansas City Pioneers, and they have the man advantage. No real way to rescue Juker. They're waiting on that timer now to coin back in, but Unfazed do have decent positions here. There's a smart spot being held sneakily by Aztract, who may get a free pick on T-Mills here. Oh, T-Mills reacts perfectly. And I think, honestly, Aztract could have stuck around a little bit longer to finish that off, but at least now it has penned KCP back into this corner. Can Unfazed take advantage?
The question still stands, will anybody be able to deal the last bit of damage to Slothy? It seems like the last bit of damage is found on a Varian, though. Slothy, unfortunately, not healed up by T-Mills before T-Mills gets a wind shot to the side, so Slothy goes out early, and that's going to be a wipe. Unfazed, taking out Kansas City Pioneers up at the top of the parking structure. Wild push, to say the least. I mean, they were fishing for any opportunity to get early damage out, and as soon as they found it, they didn't waste a second to push.
And it all goes back to that positioning from Aztract. We've talked about just how talented this light is. I mean, Varian is incredible as well, but Aztract, bit of a newcomer on the scene in terms of competitive play. Often touted as the next up amongst some of these pros who really rate him quite highly. You see Unfazed, they only have about 20 seconds left to hold this, so Kansas City Pioneers, they're going gung-ho, they're sending everything. No holds barred, Artie.
Oh, this is the moment. They just dive straight for it. They do not care, and unfortunately for them, Unfazed does, and that's going to be a little bit of early damage that they cannot mitigate, and it's Unfazed who take the box and the team fight, but hey, might as well. It's a good effort.
Yeah. I believe it was a goo stall coming out from Normalize there on the Stealer that made a big difference. They were about 4 or 5 seconds into that steal, so it did need to happen. The kills were not going to be enough. KCP actually timed that really well in terms of if they were able to get the steal there would have been no chance for Unfazed to get it back. But as you saw, the advantage of basically having a 3 versus 2 when one person's locked into that stealing animation, it was too much for Kansas City Pioneers to overcome that. And Unfazed now tie this matchup level. That upset is still on the cards, Artie.
Yeah, I mean, remember, we do have a third vault in play, and KCP, they're going to try to learn from this a little bit more, given the fact that they know Unfazed has the capability to just completely ignore the fight. Unfazed, they actually gateway behind KCP, opening up Varian to a ton of damage where he's not able to mitigate. He goes out early. Now, Aztract is picked as well. T-Mill's able to get the revive here. Very few revives have been hitting, but very many RPGs have. So the Witches, look at that! Slothy's gone! And T-Mills is not long for this world either, as Unfazed win yet another team fight against the Sign team.
I love that whenever we spectate Juker, he seems to be pushing. He has red eyes, Artie. There is no stopping this heavy once he gets an idea that he might get a kill. And yes, the RPGs have been perfect. The winches have been perfect so far from him in this matchup. It's a really tight one. Probably the tightest 3 versus 3 we've had today. I'm all here for it. Gateway set up over Vault 3 for Unfazed. And of course, they're going to move it as quickly as possible. Oh, Aztract is spotted though.
So far away. KCP just take it. Wow, Aztract was spotted in KCP. There was just a complete daylight robbery here. Is just KCP take the vault. Say, you know what? You guys didn't respect the vault fight last time. We don't have to either.
Are they going to plug it? That's the question. They seem a little bit stuck here now. Unfazed have had a few extra seconds to surround them, but T-Mills chimes in, taking out Juker. Aztract trades it back 2 versus 2 now. The bullets are flying from Aztract. So much damage, but unfortunately, he goes out. 3 versus 2 now as the defib hits 4 T-Mills. Kansas City Pioneers have an edge here.
They have an edge here. They have the man advantage, and they have the body of Aztract covered, but it seems that they weren't able to get away with it. Unfazed now all back up. It seems that KCP will get this plug, but again, when you don't value the vault fight, when you don't respect that vault fight, anything can happen. Unfazed is trying to get in here and make sure that they can make the most of this. Looks like shooting the C4 and winching the cash out didn't quite work for Juker to bring it up at the top like he wanted, but it does still prevent that drop from happening as he keeps it up on this elevated position. Needs no stall for KCP. So Juker going in for the steal. KCP has to try to flip up to the top, but Unfazed, they don't peek early. They know that KCP does not have a stall on it, but unfortunately, going for that means that they are not able to just anticipate anything that Unfazed has waiting for them. Therian and T-Bills both go out, and Slothy, even though he got revived, he's only able to find one.
Oh, they're stalling him.
Like Unfazed is stalling him out, not letting him finish it off until later, but wow, we still got one team fight left. Jerry, this is insane.
Absolutely, and Unfazed just need to win one more team fight. If you're wondering what that stall was about and you're new to this, of course, Kansas City Pioneers, that was a lost fight for them. They wanted to get back to that respawn screen, as soon as possible, but Unfazed know that that means that actually it's in their best interest not to kill Slothy there. So, a little bit of a tech there you might want to employ in some of your ranked games. But,
yeah,
40, 50 seconds left, I want to say. 40, maybe, for KCP to get this push going. They've got the gateway to speed them along. Invis to get as close to the box as possible. Unfazed holding height
They're
here.
just going to drop this and winch it somewhere else and try to use the goo to barricade themselves in. The question is, does Unfazed read that? There's a door right inside, and it looks like Juker just dives through. He gets the winch. He dances around the bubble, but Juker goes down. It's just enough to normalize on Unfazed. KCP, though, they're just down to T-Bills. T-Bills gets the clutch, and that's KCP earning their spot in the finale.
What a turnaround. Kansas City Pioneers take a bow. That was exactly what they needed to do. Unfazed. Well, turns out they were phased after all. Brilliant stuff.
Wow. I mean, that last...
And put as much damage out as he could, but maybe he could have waited a little bit longer. Maybe the team coordination just wasn't there, and it was a great body block at the end. It was great.